Welcome to John Michael's Rockbox. I'm your host, John Michael. I get to host this show it's a show about you. If you're a musician, if you're a solo artist, if you're a painter, if you write books, your dance club, well, I'd like to hear from you. Send me your information to jmrockbox@mcaet.org. All right, we'd like to hear from you, and somebody will get right back to you. Now, also, if you'd like to watch the show, simply go to mcaet.org/watch, and you'll see all the variations on how you can watch the Rockbox. And, well, this show really wouldn't last without you, so we do definitely need your donations, and visit mcaet.org/donate. We'd like to welcome you to the Rockbox, and with that being said, let's head on over and meet our guest, and welcome to the Rockbox. Welcome to the Rockbox. Good to have you along with us today. We got a good group in here today. They're all good, but these guys are just little, well, you'll find out here in a minute. I got to sample what these guys are all about, Like Mind Protocol. You get that right?
You got it right.
All right, so let's introduce everybody before we jump into this. So we'll start, Josh.
Josh Thomas, guitar. Baron Sumter, guitar.
Chris Thomas, drums. No relation to Josh, but.
And I'm Rob Melendez on bass.
So there we go. Now you've met Like Mind Protocol. So, all right, because everyone's always interested, and down the road when you guys are, big, rich, famous, and you're on these search engines, how did the bands get there, and how'd you get your name?
It was something I dreamed about, actually. It just kind of came. I just thought it was interesting that we all kind of had the same idea of kind of what we wanted to do, so we were like-minded. The protocol, does anybody remember? I can't even really remember how that even happened.
That looks good on the drum head.
Thank you.
Huh? So, with all this, and what these guys are, it's an instrumental band, so how much harder is it without vocals? And I know, I get it, but to somebody that's sitting there going, how can you play and never have somebody sing? Yeah.
Well, we get that question a lot as far as why do you not have a singer? And it wasn't necessarily we didn't want one.
Right.
We really couldn't find one that we thought was the right fit technically for us.
Sure.
And it was tough. So, and I got this guy to play guitar with, so we just figured we'd just write some stuff that was over the top as we could handle, and that's kind of what we're doing. We just want to have a little groove, a little funk to it.
As a singer myself, I tend to try to think, at least when I'm playing melodies melodically, I just think as a singer would, or try to.
And it just comes out in your finger play.
As far as things to catch attention and to stay in the ear, not necessarily the solos, because we're just, like you said, going as over the top as we can, kind of. But
and to touch on that, this guy will be singing. There will be some stuff out there with him singing. He's a fabulous singer.
Thank you.
He's just getting there. He just wants to get there.
So you guys, backbone. How tough is it when you're working with a couple lead guitars like that?
For me, it's I grew up listening to instrumental music, jazz, and a lot of fusion stuff. So it's kind of what I enjoy. So I like progressive metal, progressive rock, progressive music in general. And
Yeah, and I just figure I just keep it simple and lay a solid foundation for these guys to do their thing.
Right. So, I mean, do you, and at some point we'll find out, they'll see how your playing is. Do you bass solos and maybe just do with...
No, not so much solos, but little tag lines here and there. But I really try to keep it simple and solid.
Yeah, well, you're going to witness here in a moment exactly what Like Mind Protocol is about. And so, what song you want to do first?
Ben Lomond.
Is that like the Ben Lomond up around Santa Cruz?
Yeah, this guy named it, actually. I don't even know how it happened.
It reminded me of driving down Highway 9 through those beautiful redwood trees, and Ben Lomond came to mind.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Like Mind Protocol, Ben Lomond. All right. Well, you got to see what Like Mind Protocol's all about. Ben Lomond. Boy, what a fabulous song. Wait, is everybody a writer?
Yeah, we contribute collectively.
And it's good that way. Now you guys, and it's something I've always talked to all the bands that come through as being in a group. It's communication is the biggest thing. I mean, it's a relationship. You know, you think, well, they're all guys. How could they be in a relationship? But it really is communication. So, you know, if something's not quite right, or you feel like maybe, well, this part I don't think is right, you talk to each other and you work things out like that, right?
And there's no ego, so it's for us. It's we respect each other so much that it's it's easy.
It's the big failure with a lot of bands' egos.
Yeah,
It is. You know, you could have such a super group, and then it just somebody just over the top, and well, it's the demise of a band.
Yeah, right.
You know, no communication and ego.
Yep.
Right.
I agree. Unfortunate.
So and so sitting there, what's the thought process of creating a song?
Usually it's someone comes in with a riff. Chris has even come in with things that he's figured out a way to get on his keyboard or whatever. Rob's obviously brings stuff he writes in his other bands that he's played in. He's creative, and this guy writes all the time. And we have tons of riffs that we just, and we need music, pull it out. You know, I've got 300 videos on my phone just during the day. I just sit and
Yeah.
So we bring it to the table, and then it mutates into Like My Protocol.
Well, there you go. It's kind of like Keith Richards. You know, you kept that his satisfaction was him waking up from a dead sleep and having a tape recorder next to his bed, because he doesn't even remember doing it. After they did a performance with the bed, woke up in the middle of the night, had that dun dun, and so he recorded it and then went to sleep and forgot he did it.
Woke up to a recording.
And then was there the Rolling Stones' #1 hit? I mean, so it's stuff like that, right? That comes to mind when you guys are creating. You know, and I'm not using the like Keith Richards, but you know, it's just like
You hope that it'll be like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, huh? And so working out dual leads with that, how tough is that? I mean, I know you guys rehearse on your own, right? But and then you got to.
We get together too. We will take a night. Usually, we haven't done it in a while, which we'll get back to because we're getting ready to go in the studio to record the new album, and we'll get together one night separately and just hammer it out.
Right.
Just because you got to get it right, close.
And so before we jump into our next song, can we do a real quick where people can find you on the website?
So it's likemindprotocol.com. And then Facebook, of course, Like My Protocol, whatever that is, / however you do that for Facebook.
I get
I get it
lost.
confused.
lost.
But if you go to the website, you find everything, and then Facebook, and it has all the shows coming up, stuff we've got going on. But again, we're going to be idling for a while because we've got to get in the studio.
Gotta get in the
We
studio.
got to get an album out.
Yeah. All right. Is it going to be a full length?
Yes, it'll be full length. Yeah.
And nowadays, when you're not really running through record companies anymore. So you're really kind of taking care of your own through social media.
That's it.
Which I think you guys are now. They've come up with something brand new. You can really get on top of that social media thing, and push yourselves really hard. Okay, the next song you want to do?
Is Nap Time.
Oh,
Nap Time.
hey, nap time. Stay awake for this one. Like Mind Protocol on the Rockbox. huh, that was, I got to tell you, man, that was awesome. Well done, you guys.
Thank you.
You know, and okay, so that kind of leads. We gone to 2 songs, and I told you in the beginning these guys are instrumentalists. So, how tough is that really, without any vocals, to acquire gigs? I guess I should say, you know, in just anywhere around.
It's a different animal in the respect that people want to come out and be familiar and be able to sing and dance and know what's coming. And instrumental music is a very narrow window for that kind of stuff. And I think that virtuosity is very important in the sense, you know, you've got to be really at the top of your game. And we really try to do that. We're humble in this sense, but we really try to be what we've seen and what we admire. So, but trying to sell that to people that, you know, every night, I mean, we're not playing every week because it saturates. It just doesn't work. It's instrumental music. You can only hear it so much, and then people kind of get bored with it, seems to be.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that point of view because, well, you know, since we all play, but, you know, you kind of think of a band that it's a cover band, and I do those, and you play the same songs, and, you know, you rotate your sets, but you still play the same stuff, and they still come and listen to the same stuff,
Yeah.
you know, but it's that dance thing, you know, and but your guys' stuff, do you have regular people that come and say because, you know, it's that good? I mean, you know that's that good. You've heard it.
Well, you know, I think a lot of it, we find we play for musicians.
Right.
Our friends are musicians. Oh, what are you guys doing? We got to go check it out.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's just like all the people that go see Rush, you know. I bet you do really good in Japan. Rush and those kind of bands do super good in Japan.
Right.
You know, for whatever reason they did. And I mean, it's not just guys that go. Right. It's both mixed, guys and girls. They love their music and all that kind of stuff like that. So maybe I suggest if you ever see these guys printed somewhere, once you start looking, again, give them your website.
LikeMindProtocol.com.
Find them, find where they are, and check it out live because it's great on CD and downloadable stuff and stuff that you're seeing here on the Rockbox, but there's really nothing like going to a live show.
Indeed.
I mean, honestly, right?
And support live local music.
Yeah. You got to do that. I mean, you know, it's the reason we do a lot of this stuff here on the Rockbox is, you know, keep this thing going to show you all the great talent that's around this area. And, you know, and now we've hit a lot of genres. You guys are our first as far as it goes for, you know, instrumental. And it's just insanely talent. It's a lot of talent, and you got to admit, and we have another song we're still going to play for you guys. And what do you think what's your last one you're going to want to do?
The Fury.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is everybody part of this, Fury?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a guitar player, Fury.
It's those guys.
It's a guitar player, Fury?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a good one. It's
So
a fun one.
This
It's
will
fun.
take you a little while to create?
Yeah, actually, Josh came up with the riff, came to rehearsal, and I woodshedded it until I could play it like he could, and here we are.
All right, I say Robert, Josh, Baron, Chris, Like Mind Protocol. We're going to end with the Fury. We're going to go out with a bang. Like Mind Protocol, look them up. Thank you for hanging out at the Rockbox, and thank you guys for coming
Thanks,
on the
John.
show.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. We
All
appreciate
right,
it, man.
check it out.
Bye.